everybody. This is Linda with Bedtime Bible Chat. Well, today we're taking one verse in Proverbs 11, and this verse could be taken as far as the lesson would be gossiping, but this verse goes a little bit further than that, and it's very interesting how it goes further. Let's go into it. All right, Proverbs 11, verse 9. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. So as you can see, this looks like it's talking about gossip, but it goes deeper than that. Let's get into it. Over here, let's look at John 13:34. A new commandment, Jesus says, I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. And John 7:24, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Now let's talk about all that. The reason this lesson isn't just about gossiping is because when you hate God or Jesus, then you hate your neighbor. That stands to reason. And if you look at what we saw in John, Jesus said to love your neighbor as he has loved us. So when we speak ill of anyone, we are really speaking ill about God. Because if we loved God, we would love our neighbor. And in today's world, there's such division. I've never seen anything like it. There is the side that hates everything and everybody. And then there's the side that's trying to reach them, but they just don't want to hear it. And then that turns the other side against them. You know, hate promulgates hate. When you're so filled with hate and that's all you can spout is hate, everybody starts hating you because you're so horrible. It's hard to love somebody who's so hateful, so filled with hate. All they want to do is talk about how they hate you and you ought to go to jail and you ought to be killed and you ought to this and that. How can you love somebody like that? Jesus loves them, but it's hard for us humans to love them. So rather than getting wrapped up in their hate, just stand back from them. Stay away from them, because hate is a cancer. You get around people that is filled with hate and it will jump off of them and onto you. Because it's a spirit. It's an evil spirit. So the best thing to do is just to stand back from them and pray for them. Why? Because you love them, but you can't love them in their presence because they're so filled with hate. So we can love them from afar and pray for them. You know, this world will never come together as long as there's so much hate out there. And the elites of the world, they're the ones that is pushing it. It's the Marxists. You know, Marxism is a communism, and they are atheists. And everything that we're seeing going on right now, if you notice that video I put up with Lindsay James, he talks about Marxism is all these names of feminism, gender dysphoria, climate change, gays, everything that they're pushing on us right now. It's just a different name for the communism, the Marxism. And hate is a big tool that they use. We can't be around that kind of thing. We can't be in their presence and still love them, because that spirit is so strong on them that it will jump off of them and onto you. So the best thing to do is to step back and love them from afar. Love them and pray for them. But don't get caught up in all the hate. And when you see people who claim to be a Christian and they do videos and it's filled with hate for the left, it's something that we need to check ourselves on. I've done the same thing. Like I said, the spirit will jump off of them and onto you. It's easy to hate the haters, but we've got to really check ourselves. We got to stop and say, wait a minute. I'm doing the same thing they're doing. And then we have to ask for forgiveness and step back away from them so that we can just pray for them and love them from afar. Oh, my word, I never dreamed. When my husband was alive, he died in 2001. Nothing was like this. It was normal, sort of. Yeah, the stuff was starting to happen, but nothing like this. And it was like if my husband were to suddenly come back from the dead after 22 years of being dead, and he sees this world the way it is, he would say, I'm going back to the grave. I don't want none of this. My husband was a serious patriot, and he would cringe at how this country has changed and how the word patriot has become a dirty word. So things are changing. Things are getting worse. A lot of hate out there. And as Christians, we're supposed to love. But sometimes you have to love from afar. So let's remember to do that. And when things really get on our nerves, communing with the Lord always helps. It will calm you down. It does me. It just, I can go out in my garden, and as I walk out there, my nerves are just all to pieces from looking at the news. I have to. But when I sit down in the sitting area and start talking to the Lord, my nerves are just as calm as they can be. Just like I told you yesterday when I had my eye exam and I looked at the cross, my nerves calmed down. So commune with the Lord to get your nerves calmed down. And I'm not talking about just a few seconds. You need to spend some time with the Lord. Do you spend a few seconds with your husband a day? I hope not, because your marriage won't last. You spend as much time with your husband as you can, as much time with your children as you can. You need to spend as much time with your bridegroom, Jesus, as you can. And you can do that with just a little effort. While you're in the shower, while you're folding laundry, while you're vacuuming. You don't have to go somewhere and sit down and that way. I do it because my garden is where that's his and my special spot. And but you can commune with him on your way to work. I used to when I worked. I had a 30-minute drive, and boy, those were some good 30 minutes I would spend with him on the way to work and on the way home. There are a lot of ways, if you really want to spend time with Jesus, a lot of ways you can do it. So that's where we're going to get our peace and stay away from the hate and ask the Lord to please strengthen you against that hate, because it's a cancer. All right, guys, well, there you have it. I hope it helps somebody. And let's see, today's Wednesday, so I will see you tomorrow on Bedtime Bible Chat, if the Lord's willing. Bye-bye.